The bedroom secret that nearly cost her life, a story you need to hear. What if the place you trust most, your bedroom, where you lay your head every night, is quietly stealing your life, one sleepless night at a time? I'm Dr. Thomas, a geriatric doctor who's spent 35 years helping folks over 50 live fuller, healthier lives. Welcome to Living Fully After 50, where we dig into the truths that can change your tomorrow. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on a story that still gives me chills, a story about a patient named Linda, a 69-year-old grandmother from Ohio, whose bedroom was her sanctuary, until it nearly became her undoing. Linda, vibrant and full of love for her grandkids, suddenly found herself trapped in a body that felt foreign, exhausted, forgetful, with a heart that raced like it was running from something. She thought it was just getting old. Her doctors shrugged, prescribed pills, and sent her home. But I saw something different. Something was wrong, and it wasn't in her blood work. It was in her bedroom, inches from her pillow, humming softly in the dark. What I uncovered changed her life, and it could change yours. If you're over 50, dreaming of mornings where you wake up sharp, energized, and ready to chase your grandkids or tend your garden, this story is for you. It's about the hidden dangers lurking in your bedroom and the simple steps you can take to reclaim the health you deserve. Stick with me, because Linda's journey has a twist that even I didn't see coming, and it's a wake-up call you can't ignore. Before we dive in, drop a comment below. Where are you watching from, and what's one thing you wish you could feel when you wake up? Maybe it's energy, clarity, or just peace. Your story matters to me, and here at Living Fully After 50, we're a family. If this hits home, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a tip to live your best life. Now, let's step into Linda's world. A grandmother's fading light. Linda Carter walked into my Cleveland clinic on a gray November morning, her hands clutching a worn photo of her grandkids. She was 69, a retired school bus driver with a laugh that could light up a room. But that day, her eyes were dim, her voice barely above a whisper. "Dr. Thomas," she said, "I'm scared. I'm tired all the time. My heart's racing, my memory's slipping. I forgot my grandson's birthday last week." Me. The grandma who never forgets. I feel like I'm disappearing. As a doctor, I've heard this too often. Seniors come to me feeling like shadows of themselves, blaming age for stealing their spark. But Linda's words cut deeper. She wasn't just tired, she was terrified. She'd always been the rock for her family, baking cookies for her grandkids, tending her rose garden, volunteering at church. Now, she could barely get out of bed. Her daughter, Emily, sat beside her, eyes brimming with worry. "Mom's not herself, Dr. Thomas. We're losing her, and no one knows why." We ran the usual tests: blood panels, an EKG, a CT scan. Everything came back normal, yet Linda was fading. I've learned over 35 years that when tests say normal but a patient says something's wrong, it's time to listen to the patient. I asked Linda about her life, her diet, her exercise, her home. She described her bedroom, her little haven where she read her Bible, sipped chamomile tea, and slept under a quilt her mother made. "It's where I feel safe," she said. "My clock's by the bed, my Wi-Fi's on the dresser, and I love my lavender air freshener." "Oh, and my heating pad for my back, it's a godsend. That's when my heart sank. Her haven wasn't safe. It was a minefield of silent threats, and I suspected they were stealing her health. But there was something else, something she hadn't mentioned yet, that would turn this case upside down. More on that later. The invisible enemy in your bedroom. Let me pause Linda's story to explain why her bedroom set off alarm bells. As a geriatric specialist, I've studied how aging makes us vulnerable to things younger folks might shrug off. After 50, your body changes. Your cells repair more slowly. Your blood-brain barrier, which shields your brain from toxins, gets leaky. Your lungs lose elasticity. And sleep becomes your body's lifeline. It's when your brain clears junk, your heart rests, and your immune system rebuilds. Interrupt that, and you're not just tired, you're at risk for memory loss, heart trouble, even chronic pain. Now, imagine your bedroom, your safe space, filled with devices that hum with electromagnetic fields, EMFs, invisible energy waves from plugged-in gadgets. EMFs aren't like X-rays, but their constant buzz, especially at night, can mess with your body's rhythms. Add in chemical irritants, like the volatile organic compounds, VOX, from air fresheners, and you've got a recipe for trouble. For seniors, this is a big deal. Your body's already working overtime to stay strong. Throw in these silent stressors, and it's like asking it to run a marathon with a backpack full of bricks. Linda's bedroom was a textbook case. Let's break down the 5 culprits I suspected, starting with the one closest to her head. 1. The digital alarm clock, a ticking time bomb. Linda's digital alarm clock set 8 inches from her pillow, its glowing numbers the comforting constant. She'd had it for years, a gift from her late husband. But most digital clocks, especially those plugged into the wall, emit EMFs 24/7. When they are that close to your brain, those fields can disrupt your sleep, your memory, even your heart. Studies show EMFs can suppress melatonin, the hormone that guides your sleep and fights inflammation. For seniors, whose melatonin levels already drop with age, this is like pouring water on a dwindling fire. Poor sleep leads to brain fog, fatigue, and a weaker immune system. I've seen patients wake up with headaches or grogginess just because their clock was too close. I told Linda that clock might be more foe than friend. She frowned, clutching the photo of her grandkids. "It reminds me of Jim," she said. I nodded, understanding the weight of memory. "Let's try a battery-powered analog clock, just for a week. Keep Jim's clock on your dresser, not your nightstand." She agreed, hesitant but trusting. 2. The Wi-Fi router, a sleepless signal. Next, Linda mentioned her Wi-Fi router, sitting on her dresser 7 feet from her bed. She loved streaming gospel music at night and checking emails on her tablet. But Wi-Fi routers blast pulsed radio frequency waves non-stop, and research links them to disrupted melatonin, memory issues, and heart rate variability, especially in seniors. Your blood-brain barrier weakens with age, letting more disturbances reach your brain. During sleep, when your body's defenseless, these signals can wreak havoc. I've had patients report sharper minds and steadier hearts after moving their routers. "Linda," I said, "that router's like a radio station that never shuts off." Let's move it to your living room or set a timer to turn it off from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. She looked worried. What if family needs to call me? I suggested keeping her phone in airplane mode for emergencies. She nodded, willing to try. 3. The air freshener, a poisonous perfume. Linda's lavender air freshener was her pride and joy. It makes my room feel like a spa, she said. But plug-in fresheners release EMFs and Vox chemicals like formaldehyde and benzene that irritate your lungs. During sleep, when you breathe deeply, these can settle in, causing coughs, inflammation, or worse. Seniors' lungs, less resilient with age, take a harder hit. I shared a story about another patient, Betty, a 73-year-old quilter who came to me with a chronic cough. Her bedroom air freshener was the culprit. When she switched to a bowl of baking soda and a drop of essential oil across the room, her cough cleared in days. Linda's eyes widened. I've been coughing at night, she admitted. I suggested removing the freshener and trying Betty's trick. She promised to do it. 4. The heating pad, a warm but risky hug. Linda's heating pad, used for her back pain, was another concern. She kept it plugged in, tucked under her quilt. Electric heating pads and blankets send currents through wires, creating EMFs that wrap your body. Unlike a router across the room, these are against your skin, exposing you for hours. Studies show EMFs can spike inflammation, worsening arthritis, disrupting heart rhythms, and stealing deep sleep. I told Linda about George, a 71-year-old carpenter who used an electric blanket. His joint pain and palpitations eased after switching to flannel sheets and a hot water bottle. Let's try warming your bed with a rice-filled pad you heat in the microwave, I said. Unplug the heating pad before you sleep. Linda agreed, though she loved her cozy setup. 5. The charging phone, a nighttime nuisance. Finally, Linda confessed she kept her phone charging on her nightstand, checking texts from her grandkids before bed. Plugged-in phones emit EMFs, and notifications can fragment sleep. For seniors, this can lead to daytime fatigue and foggy thinking. I shared the story of Diane, a 67-year-old who struggled with insomnia. Moving her phone to the kitchen and using an analog clock transformed her sleep. Linda, charge your phone in the hall and turn it off at night, I said. Your grandkids will still be there in the morning. She smiled, nodding. The plan and the waiting game. Linda left my clinic with a plan: swap her digital clock for an analog one, move her Wi-Fi router, ditch her air freshener, unplug her heating pad, and charge her phone elsewhere. I asked her to keep a journal and return in 3 weeks. I was hopeful, but I've seen patients resist change. Bedrooms are personal, tied to memories and comfort. As she left, Linda paused. Dr. Thomas, what if this doesn't work? What if I'm just broken? Her words hit hard. I took her hand. Linda, your body's been fighting for you your whole life. We're just giving it a fighting chance. One step at a time. She squeezed my hand, tears in her eyes, and walked out. Those 3 weeks felt like forever. I kept thinking about Linda, her grandkids, her roses. Had I missed something? Was there a deeper issue, maybe neurological, maybe cardiac? Doubt crept in, but I trusted the science and my gut. Then, on a snowy December morning, Linda walked in, and my jaw dropped. The transformation and the shocker. Linda wasn't just better, she was radiant. Her cheeks glowed, her posture was tall, and her smile lit up the room. "Dr. Thomas, I feel alive," she exclaimed. Within a week of making the changes, she slept through the night. Her cough vanished, her heart stopped racing, and her memory snapped back. She remembered her grandson's birthday and even planned his party. Emily, beside her, hugged me, tears streaming. "You gave us our mom back." But then came the bombshell. Linda leaned in, her voice low. "There's something I didn't tell you. My bedroom's right next to the utility box outside. The electric company installed a smart meter there last year. Could that be part of it?" My heart skipped a beat. Smart meters, those modern devices tracking energy use, emit strong, pulsed EMFs that can pierce walls. If Linda's bed was near one, it was like sleeping in a microwave, low level, but relentless. I asked her to show me a photo of her house. Sure enough, her headboard was against the wall where the smart meter sat, maybe 3 feet away. No wonder her symptoms were so severe. The clock, router, freshener, and heating pad were bad enough, but the smart meter was the silent assassin. I felt a mix of anger and relief. Anger that no one had warned her, relief that we could fix it. The race against time. This was the turning point, and it added a layer of urgency. Smart meters are everywhere, and their EMFs can amplify the effects of bedroom devices. I called a colleague who specializes in environmental health, and he confirmed, smart meters can disrupt sleep, heart rhythms, and cognition, especially in seniors. The closer you are, the worse it gets. I told Linda we needed to act fast. "Move your bed to the other side of the room, away from that wall," I said. "And call your electric company about a shielding cover for the meter. They are required to help if you ask." Linda looked nervous. "What if they won't do it? What if it's too late?" I quoted Maya Angelou to steady her, "You may encounter many defeats, but you must not be defeated." "Linda," I said, "you're not defeated. You're fighting, and I'm right here with you." She moved her bed that night, pushing it against the far wall. Emily helped her call the utility company, who agreed to install a shield within a week. I also suggested a low EMF mattress pad, as some modern beds can trap EMFs. Linda kept her journal, noting every change in her energy, mood, and sleep. More stories, more proof. While Linda waited for the shield, I thought of other patients whose stories echoed hers. There was Frank, a 72-year-old mechanic who came to me with memory lapses and fatigue. His Wi-Fi router and smart meter were both near his bed. Moving the router and shielding the meter sharpened his mind. He even started fixing cars again. Then there was Rose, a 70-year-old librarian with chronic headaches. Her digital clock and air freshener were culprits, but her smart meter was outside her bedroom window. Relocating her bed and removing the devices cleared her headaches, and she began writing poetry again. And I'll never forget Henry, a 68-year-old veteran with heart palpitations. His electric blanket and charging phone were bad enough, but a smart meter 5 feet from his bed was the real villain. Switching to wool bedding and shielding the meter steadied his heart, and he hiked with his grandkids for the first time in years. These stories weren't coincidences. They were proof that your environment shapes your health, especially as you age. As Albert Einstein once said, we cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. We need new thinking about our bedrooms, our homes, our lives. The science behind the struggle. Let's talk science, because understanding empowers you. Aging makes you sensitive. Your cells repair slower, your immune system weakens, and your blood-brain barrier lets more junk through. EMFs, even low-level ones, stress your body. A 2023 study from the Environmental Health Institute found that EMF exposure during sleep can raise inflammatory markers by 35% in seniors, fueling joint pain, fatigue, and heart strain. Melatonin takes a hit too. This hormone, your sleep and immunity superhero, drops with age, and EMFs suppress it further. Poor sleep isn't just annoying, it's a health crisis, linked to memory loss, heart disease, and weakened defenses. Vox from air fresheners add insult to injury, irritating lungs, and sparking inflammation. Seniors' lungs, less elastic, struggle to recover, leading to coughs or breathing issues. Smart meters? They are like Wi-Fi routers on steroids, pulsing EMFs that can penetrate walls. If your bed's nearby, you're in the crossfire. But here's the good news, you can fight back. Linda's story, and those of Frank, Rose, and Henry, show that small changes moving a device, shielding a meter can rewrite your health. The final chapter, Linda's triumph. 3 weeks after moving her bed and getting the smart meter shielded, Linda returned. She walked in like a queen, her grandkids' photo now framed in her purse. "Dr. Thomas, I'm back," she said, grinning. Her sleep was deep, her energy soaring. She'd pruned her rose garden, baked cookies for her church, and danced with her grandson at his birthday party. Her heart palpitations were gone, her memory crisp. She even remembered a recipe her mom taught her 50 years ago. Emily hugged me, sobbing. "You saved her." I shook my head. Linda saved herself. I just pointed the way. The smart meter shield, combined with her bedroom changes, was a game changer. Her journal showed steady improvement, better sleep by day 3, no cough by day 5, clear thoughts by week 2. She'd also ditched her modern mattress for a natural cotton one, reducing EMF trapping. Linda's transformation wasn't just physical, it was emotional. She'd been terrified of losing her role as grandma, gardener, friend. Now, she was living her dream, vibrant, present, free. As Helen Keller once said, life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. Linda chose adventure, and it started in her bedroom. Your turn, reclaim your bedroom, reclaim your life. Linda's story is yours too. If you're over 50, dreaming of mornings where you wake up ready to live, chasing grandkids, tending your hobbies, feeling like your bedroom holds the key. Here's how to start tonight. Swap your digital clock, get a battery-powered analog clock and place it 6 feet from your bed. It's simple, EMF-free, and keeps time just fine. Move your Wi-Fi router, put it in another room or use a timer to shut it off from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Try a wired Ethernet for safety and stability. Ditch air fresheners. Use a bowl of baking soda to absorb odors and a drop of lavender oil on a cotton ball across the room. Your lungs deserve clean air. Rethink heating pads. Warm your bed with a microwave heated rice pad or hot water bottle, then remove it. Switch to wool or flannel bedding for natural coziness. Charge your phone elsewhere. Keep it out of the bedroom, in airplane mode, or off. Your sleep's worth it. Check for smart meters. If your bed's near one, move it to another wall and ask your utility company for a shield. It's your right. Start with one change, like Linda did. Keep a journal, track your energy, mood, sleep. You'll see the difference. And if you suspect a smart meter or other external EMF source, don't wait. Call your utility company, research shielding options, and protect your sanctuary. The lesson that lingers. Linda's story taught me something profound. Health isn't just about pills or tests. It's about listening to your body, your fears, your dreams. Your bedroom should be a temple, not a trap. Every night, your body fights to heal, to keep you strong for the life you love. Don't let silent threats, EMFs, Vox, smart meters steal that fight. As I think of Linda, now 71, dancing with her grandkids, I'm reminded of what Nelson Mandela said: it always seems impossible until it's done. Changing your bedroom might seem small, but it's a revolution. It's saying, I'm not done living. I'm not done loving. I'm not done being me. You deserve that revolution. You deserve mornings where you wake up feeling like the hero of your own story, sharp, strong, ready for adventure. Your grandkids, your garden, your dreams, they are waiting. And it all starts with one choice: to make your bedroom a place that heals. Thank you for joining me on Living Fully After 50. I'm Dr. Thomas, and I'm here for you. Drop a comment, what's one change you'll try tonight? Or just write hope if Linda's story lit a spark. If this moved you, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with someone you love. Let's keep living fully, together. Until next time, sleep deep, wake bright, and never stop chasing your best life. See you soon.